Champion, Cimbom. That's right. I'm already singing, and it's only March the 14th, baby, because we're 7 points ahead. What the referees tried to take away from us last week by not calling all those red cards on Fenerbahçe when Guendouzi was stepping on people's feet, couldn't stop them this week. They lost to last place Fatih Karagümrük yesterday, who we went away and won at, may I add. And then today, we get a very informed Başakşehir team coming to the crib. 0-0 at the half. Then Serkan, we laid the wood, baby.
We did.
Wood.
We made it.
The
But
wood.
I have a confession to make. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Can I sing some R. Kelly? I got a confession.
Go ahead.
I just did.
Today I felt very jealous of Fenerbahçe. Can you guess why?
Felt very jealous of Fenerbahçe. Why would Serkan be jealous of Fenerbahçe? I give up.
I don't know. Make a guess.
Because of Guendouzi's hair.
No. Usually when Fenerbahçe was behind or if the game was tied, a penalty or a red card decision would appear, right?
Right.
Now I realize what a comfort that must have been. So they had a red card and they play with 9-10 men and we played so nice. No stress, with comfort.
Çok rahat.
That was a big relief.
So one of my all-name team in the Super League this year, Festi Eboseli, I love this name, Festi. Festi was defending like a boss, but he was defending almost too good because he got yellow card number 1, and then the 56th minute he got yellow card number 2. And what that math spells? Red card for Festi. He was out. And then on the foul that caused the red card, boom, free kick, goal. Singo. He can defend and he can score.
Oh, yeah. He played good today.
He played really good. He looks very, he's very, very athletic, twitchy. We call like NFL wide receivers that can jump and do all that stuff twitchy players because of their fast twitch muscle fibers. Singo's very twitchy.
Yeah,
So
this was the win we needed to boost our motivation in the title race, and we made it happen.
So all those Singo Kim and where's Singo and who's this new transfer Singo, all that waiting that we had to go through to get a healthy Singo, I guess was worth it because he looked really good. Here's the starting 11. I loved it. Okan, when I saw this come out, I'm like, he's not thinking about Liverpool. He's going for the throat. He wants a 7-point lead. Only 2 changes. Lamina out. Abdul Karim set. So I love Abdul Karim's getting a rest a lot because he's looked really good lately when he's been playing. Singo started for Apo, Sara for Lumina, and Yunus for Sara. And
Jakobs, you forgot Jakobs.
Jakob, Jakob's that too. Yeah, that's right. I still kind of look at Jakobs or Aaron kind of almost interchangeably, but Jakobs.
No, not quite. No, not
he's been playing so well.
Jakobs
has.
Yeah,
he's been playing really well. Does it seem to you like, to me, like Jakobs has kind of moved up a level from where he was last season?
He always played good. We have no worries about how he played. It was always this injury.
Yeah, but he seems to be playing exceptionally well.
Since he joined Gala.
But he was always good.
That was the concern that we had as fans.
Now he's playing really well. And so, yeah, it was scoreless at the half. Then Festi goes out. Then we score on the free kick. And this is something great, too, Serkan. We're actually scoring on corners and free kicks now.
Yeah, we stopped doing that like about 5 months ago, but now we scored 2 goals. One from free kick and one from the corner kick.
Yeah, this was a big weapon for us last season, and it hadn't been much of one since Mertens headed off to the beach. So I'm glad we're starting to do a little better. And speaking of scoring from a free kick, in the 66th minute, here's Osimhen scoring from a Yunus free kick. So this is assist number 1 for Yunus, and now it's 2-0. And I'm so happy Osimhen scored because that Unaku guy for Trabzon scored again today. And so we want Osimhen to be the goal crowd this year. And
Right
so
before the second goal, he tried a bicycle kick. That was a
where he
great
fell
shot.
where he
Osimhen.
fell down before the ball ever got there.
That was a great shot from Osimhen.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he scored, so that was great. And then 7 minutes later, couldn't happen at the hour mark. Had to wait till the 73rd minute for not Ocon this game though, not Ocon. Our assistant coach, what's his name? Is it Irfan?
Irfan, yeah.
Yeah, Irfan's running the show. Ocon had gotten the yellow cards just like everybody else, like Sane had. And so in comes, out goes Osimhen, out goes Barish, out goes Torreira. Here comes Icardi, Bowie, and Gundogan. Now let's just stop for a second. Let's just stop. How many teams, not just in Turkey, like in most of Europe, right? How many teams could take out Victor Osimhen, Barish Alper Yilmaz, and Lucas Torreira, and then they bring in Sacha Boey, Ilkay Gundogan, and Mario Icardi?
Tell you, that's a privilege.
I know. I'm telling you, if Icardi and Boeing Gundogan were on any other team in the league, any other team, they'd start.
They would have started. Yeah.
And they might have done that in maybe 30% of the rest of Europe.
I agree.
So yes, this is why we're doing so well. And so we make more substitutions. Anaga comes in, and boy, does the young man make an impact right away. They get a fast break. Yunus with a great pass. Great pass. He doesn't freak out. I was so proud when the ball was at Yunus's feet. I'm like, Yunus, please don't shoot this. Pass it. Pass it. And he did. And the keeper ran the wrong way to try to cover Yunus, and Naga scored. So that was beautiful. I don't have a video of it, but the Lamina Naga dance on the sideline was a wonderful thing to see. It was lots of fun. Like I said, Yunus had 2 assists starting at number 10. And so this was a total and complete performance. This was a championship level performance. We are now, again, you'll see it here, we are 7 points clear of Trabzon and Fenerbahçe. This is our biggest lead we've had. Now, this may be wrong. This is the research I could find since the 1987-88 season. This big a lead in March.
Interesting.
Well, think about these years we've won the title. When we had the 102 points, Fenerbahçe had 99.
How was it last year?
Last year was like 3.
Okay.
So we really haven't had a walk away championship in a while. And here's the funniest part. The funniest part is we had a 2-point lead for so long. I think that's the closest it ever got. And then Fenerbahçe makes all these transfers in the wintertime. People are asking me, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I was on the Turkish soccer podcast, right? He asked me, what do you think about Fenerbahçe's transfers? I'm like, same thing they do every year. Every year. They spend all these monies on transfers. All these money on transfers. Transfers they don't even need in some positions. And what do? We just keep trucking along. And at the end of the season, they will spend all the money and we're champions.
That conversion is more important than individual players.
Yeah, you look at the transfers we made, right? You brought Bowie in, who he had played with all these players before, right? He played with Sanchez. He played with Abdul Karim. He knows Icardi. He knows Yunus. He knows Barsh. He fit right in. And then you bring in Anaga, who's so excited to beat a team of our level. Fit right in. All of them did. And Fenerbahce's bringing in these ex-Premier League players to a second-place team. You know, it's just not this. Well, it's kind of like what we talked about Liverpool. Liverpool spent all this money on transfers, and what did it get them? They're worse than last year.
In the 6th place in the Premier League. And
yeah, you just can't go out and buy players. You have to buy teammates. You need to buy teammates, not players. And so we're buying teammates while they're buying players.
What do you think about the game before the red card? Because so there are two different halves, one before the red card and one after the red card, right? The game formation has changed after the red card, and we played more attacking football after the red card, which was obvious. But what do you think about the first half? That was right before the red card.
Well, we were playing pretty attacking football when it was 11 on 11. We just, like Eunice was right in front of goal. Bad shot. He hit it with his back foot. He should have scored there. So we had opportunities and we didn't score, but it wasn't one of those games where I was, oh man, what if Başakşehir here scores? Oh no. I felt very comfortable with the way we played. I had no doubt in the second half we were going to score. And the way we were playing and attacking is the reason the guy got the red card. I don't think you can kind of hold a red card post and a red card pre in two separate boxes because you're not going to get that red card if Shalah's not attacking like he was.
So two players performed well. Well, two players performed well below their usual level in the first half. That was Yunus and Eren. And Yunus has been playing good this season, but he's nowhere near the level of he showed last year. That's my concern. He made 2 assists, but again, doesn't change the fact that he didn't perform well today, other than those 2 assists. And Eren seems to have lost his form since he got suspended in November. He's been playing more cautiously and looked hesitant on the field. So those are the 2 players that were kind of like outliers on the field.
I didn't love Noah Lang today.
He made the pass in our second goal. He made the pass to Yunus, and Yunus passed it back to Niang, and he scored. So yeah, he didn't show a great performance today as well.
Right. I saw he was out there and he would make a few runs outside the attacking area, but he didn't really look like he was wanting to take people on like he has in other games. I'm not sure if that was what they coached him to do or what, but he didn't look like he was trying to make those penetrating attacking runs like what he can do.
He's been very inconsistent. One day he plays good, the other day he doesn't play that good. So I don't know if he's worth 30 million euros.
Well, there was a reason he was available. If he played great, if he played like that all the time, he wouldn't be at Galatasaray. Probably wouldn't have been at Napoli either. He'd been somewhere else. But this is why we have him. And again, our depth. This is what's great about our depth. We lost Sane. Didn't skip a beat over on the left. And so we're missing our coach. We're missing Sane. We're missing 3 starters. And Başakşehir was 5th place. They were 10 points behind us. And we just dismantled them. 3-0.
They had not lost a single game in the past 13 or 14 games.
This is what we're waiting on. After last week, when Fenerbahçe was down, I was like, oh man, our next episode, we're going to be up 7 points. This is going to be great. And they scored, and I was very upset. And I keep seeing this picture with their foot on the foot. And I'm like, that should have been a red card. He shouldn't have scored. They should have been a man down. But this week we got it. And what's great.
It has been a great week for us.
Yes, we beat Liverpool. We've extended our lead to 7 points. And we all know next weekend's the end of Ramadan. And so there's no games next weekend. And so we're going into the break, right? After the Liverpool game, we don't play next weekend. So who would you rather be? Galatasaray players getting to rest and eat with a 7-point lead? Or Fenerbahçe players, not only who are now 7 points out, but now Trabzonspor has tied them for second. So if they're not careful, they're not even going to have a Champions League play-in game to do next season. They're going to be El Conference League.
Fenerbahçe fans and players will find a reason to be happy. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's good. Well, I want them to be happy. I want everybody to be happy, Serkan.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
So
happy if it was me.
if they're happy playing in the Europa League and the Conference League, then so be it. I'm a Champions League kind of guy is what I am. Oh, and speaking of Champions League, I've got a little bit of news. Thanks to all of your support, all out there and watching the show and Instagram and TikTok and everywhere, CBS has invited me to be on their Champions League post-game show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll get to talk about the Galatasaray-Liverpool matchup, and I'll get to interact with Mr. Jamie Carragher. That's right, the good old, we're going to beat Galatasaray. We have a 98, 99% chance of beating them if we draw them in the Champions League. So that should be fun.
About Thierry Henry.
If I can, I'll try to gently remind him about the last time we won a European Cup was in the year 2000 against that Arsenal team that he played on. I feel like that would tie it all in.
If May 17th, 2000 reminds him something about.
Or no, I can say, they can say, why do you think? Well, I'll say something like, well, I think we have a chance because we're the one Turkish team that has won a European Cup. We did that against Arsenal in 2000. Oh, wait, hey, Mr. Henry, weren't you on that Arsenal team? Yes, I was. Yeah. And so we're trying to beat Jamie's Liverpool now to have another chance at our second. So that's how I can tie it all in. That should be fun. Well, that's the episode. We're 7 points ahead. The birds are singing. Things are great. We're going into the break ahead 7 points. Then we got Liverpool on Wednesday, Serkan. Everything's in front of us, baby. Everything's in front of us. Well, a little bit of news too. We drew Gençlerbirliği in the Turkish Cup next round. So of all the people that were left, that's kind of who you'd rather have in the whatever this is, semis or whatever. Not semis, quarters. Gençlerbirliği, not Trabzon, Besiktas, or Fenerbahçe. We'll fool them later. So that's fun too. So tell us, how do you feel about this? Do you think we're destined to be champions now, or do you think I'm jinxing us by singing the song already? Serkan won't sing the song. He thinks I'm jinxing us. I think we're too good, though. I think we're too good to let a 7-point lead go away. Let's go, Cimbom. Let's keep this train rolling. The treble is still alive, Serkan.
It is alive.
The treble is still alive. Hadi in view, Cimbom. Hadi.